It's fair to say that as a community, we have an expectation around how our roads will operate, and we tend to think of congestion as a bad outcome. As individuals, we see congestion as a waste of our time. But the main concern put forward is typically the cost of congestion on the economy, i.e. workers sitting in cars rather than being at work, keeping the economic machine turning in any given city. Governments can leverage this expectation and have done so for successive decades, continuing road projects to provide the base capacity for moving people around. Broadly speaking, most of us like roads and cars and the flexibility that that system delivers. But space for roads within our cities is finite, and eventually that model breaks. This takes away from the broader topic of land use and transport planning, where public transport should provide the base load. This is the insurance policy to fuel the economy through the mass movement of the population, with roads taking a lesser role. Roads will always provide flexibility and micro-level freight movements. But in this context, localised traffic congestion wouldn't be the handbrake on the economy that it is at the moment. Recently, we saw the release of the low-medium density housing policy in New South Wales, which aims to increase Sydney's housing provision through greater yields in established centres. From a transport perspective, this will rely on an increased investment in public transport, and in the short term will generate increased activity on the road network. The question here is whether government and councils are willing to adjust the threshold for intersection performance to avoid the congestion is bad model. It remains to be seen if investment will be established to support increased public and active transport in these areas, and if the authorities are willing to change current expectations around delays to vehicles. If not, I fear that many of these developments will be refused when the benchmark is to maintain acceptable intersection performance as the sole outcome. In the second part of this video, I'll be discussing improvements in technology and policy around active transport and micromobility.